You have been watching National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan addressing reporters, among other things, discussing the U.S. aiding Ukraine in the war with Russia, including now providing Ukraine with controversial cluster munitions. For more, I want to bring in ABC News senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez, ABC News White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks, and ABC News national security and defense analyst and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense Mick Mulroy. Louis, I'm going to start with you. Back in 2017, right, the Trump administration decided to cancel a plan to end the military use of cluster munitions, which allowed the Pentagon to resume purchasing these weapons. Is this the first time since then the U.S. has considered using these weapons?
I think so, Alexis. And one of the things that we have to remember is these are very old types of weapons. These are coming from the America's military stockpiles. But one of the things that you heard there from Jake Sullivan was that this dud rate, that the dud rate when some of these submunitions don't explode is going to be around the order of 2.5%. Contrast that with the 30 to 40%, he said, that the Russian-made weapons of cluster munitions are being used. So a very important contrast.
And Mary Alice, what more do we know about why the White House and Pentagon came to this decision to offer up this stockpile of cluster bombs, considering more than 100 countries have banned the use of them?
Well, we heard just there in the White House press briefing, they said that they've been looking at this for quite some time, that they ultimately made this decision after the president's national security advisors unanimously agreed that this is the right way forward. We heard Jake Sullivan there say that this was a way that they could make sure there was never a moment where the U.S. was unable to provide enough artillery for Ukraine, that they've basically been going through artillery so fast that they need to make sure that they have enough to be able to give and support them. But look, we also saw him get a really tough question about how the counteroffensive has been going. We've been seeing a lot of pressure on Ukrainian troops to make good on this counteroffensive, and it's been slow going. You heard Jake there say that it has been hard and that the Russians are dug in.
And Mick, I want to get your take on all this, your reaction to the decision from the U.S. to provide the Ukraine with these cluster munitions. Is this the right move here, do you think?
So, Alexis, there's a good reason why there's a convention to ban these type of munitions. Eventually, they shouldn't be on the battlefield. But everybody that signed that convention doesn't have these munitions and hasn't been invaded by a country that's 4 times their size. So these are Ukrainian decisions based on their belief that they face an existential threat. It's going to be used in Ukraine. I do think it was the right decision. There's going to have to be a massive demining effort at the end because, like you've said, or has been said here, the Russians have already used thousands of these type of munitions, and there's probably millions of submunitions out there that's going to have to be cleaned up. These are very effective for the Ukrainians.
All right, Mick, Mary Alice, Louis, thanks for joining us.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.